Okay, thank you. It's nice to be here last time, but let me talk just a little of how to work with Grails and Angular. Okay, is the but before, let me present myself. I'm Rube Mondejar. I work at Diputació de Tarragona as a senior software developer. Okay, I teach some of this stuff at the university, but today it will be fast. Okay, just an introduction to this world, this field of using front end and back end. Okay, best solution that we found today. Before I explained you very fast our previous experience too, and finally I draw some conclusions. Okay, but well, fun. Okay, spoiler alert: we will use the new Angular 2 profile. Okay, it will be very fast, as I thought. Well, what is a single-page application? As you know, previously we have the classic architecture using some kind of JavaScript in the front end, but these few last years, the front end, the trend is to use a framework that provides the MVC pattern, and we have the effect of the single-page application that makes our applications more better, no? Then, in the backend, we have 5 years of experience working with Grails, okay? And for us, it's the best choice in this site, okay? We feel like Batman because we have a lot of gadgets and nice features like JSON views, scaffolding, a lot of things that you know. Okay, but in the other side is for us was very hard because we need to learn what is Node and all the tools that we need to work with. Okay, a lot of tools. Okay, lucky us in this year we can say that with NPM we have enough, and we can use others for complement, but in the end, for select one or choose, we need to choose one framework, okay? And that's hard, okay? This side, well, there are a lot of Robins, no, for our Batman, and that's it, a lot of, and every year it grows, no? We feel like I don't know, we have a lot of framework, we have to choose one, but for us, the Angular was the best choice, okay? But I understand in any case it can change. But the good thing is after this year's working with Angular 1 and Grails 2, we have a lot of experience on how we want to program or develop applications in this field. Okay. Here I put an example of our previous work, and I think Groovy Calamari issue 70 is a very good summary of all the tutorials and nice examples working previously of this. Okay, but anyway, we feel like the first time. Okay, it's hard. And then, what changed? Well, Grails 3, as we know, we have SDK main to install, and Grails behind the scene, Gradle, sorry, and this Angular 2 profile that we think it's the way to go in this sense, okay? Not only for Angular, but for any of these frameworks. But the first thing, when you execute this command is to, Grails, or Gradle, creates a new multi-project, okay, with two different folders, name it, okay, like client and server. And in the backend, I will be very fast with the backend. We can make our REST API as we want. Okay, this is a nice example. Sorry. And using the the Gradle server, okay, we need to say which side of the application we want to start. Okay, sorry. Well, this is the backend. But in the front end, that for us is harder. But in this example, in this profile, we only need 2 of these tools. Okay, I added another one that is NPM, that is like ECDKman. Okay, it's the same, equivalent one, and the Node, of course, and the Angular CLA. I will explain the benefits of that. But first of all, this is there are the instructions, okay, to generate these, to install these tools in our machine. And later on, we only need to use the npm use node, and all these, all the npm tools are available for us. And another important thing, with Angular 2, we have the new entities like components, but in addition, a good recommendation is to use TypeScript. This is a personal choice sometimes, but here I put a really nice tutorial or guide to understand why TypeScript is good for develop applications. Okay, and it's I think it's a really nice language even for a JavaScript world. Then, with Angular CLA, the profile is able to create the empty structure, but the boilerplate that acts like the template. Okay, we have the foundation for our application, and later on we can use the scaffolding of Angular CLA to create the components. Okay, there are a lot of commands. This is the main ones. Okay, and using in this case Angular CLA. Okay, well. Of course, we need to code our front-end application. This is another change. But in this case, I put this example because it's the connection with the previous REST API. Okay, and it's pretty clear after, if you work with previous examples, you will see here really nice code. And could be better, of course. Well, very fast. We can start now our front-end application. Okay, both of them working together, but in addition, we can start just all of them, or both of them at the same time using the parallel command. Okay, that's a good thing, because in the same terminal I can use all the application, and it's similar to the only backend development. No? Okay, for testing, Gradle again as using some task that connects with NPM allow us to directly test and the unit to execute the unit test and the integration test. Okay, of course using the tools, the libraries from the NPM world. Okay, we need to know what is Karma, Jasmine, for example, and how to code this test. This is the the way. But in the end, we want to deploy this application, and one way to, a simple one, is to obviously use Gradle War to generate the backend, and using the, again, Angular CLA, we can build the front-end application, okay, with the transpiler to generate the JavaScript final code, and tasks like ugrify, minify, etc. Well, now we are ready to deploy this in a real environment, okay, in a production environment, and we can do that. Of course, we can, because problems like cross-origin, okay, is not a problem anymore, thanks to the course plugin enabled by default. Okay, before we needed to install some plugin or create our filter. That is not needed anymore. And of course, before that, we can start thinking in securitization. Okay, and the good way to go is to use the Spring Security REST in the in our Grails 3 application. Okay, and that's all. I put this simple code in the repository, okay, but I plan to upgrade that with more things. It's still it's an initial version, okay, but I want to have there a nice example to that. Okay. Let me summarize the benefits of to use these Angular 2 profiles as our as the reduced toolkit. In this way, we have the minimal tools to work with. That means less learning of which tool and the use of each tool. Or I need this tool. No, you have these few tools, and you can start working with that. Again, the good thing of using Gradle is that all the tasks are in Gradle, but behind that is calling the NPM. Okay, but for us as Gradle users, it's easier to do that. And the separated folders is the good way to develop an application in this a single page application. Okay. Then we can think to extend this profile for our purposes. Okay, we want to extend that. It's easier to do that thanks to the profile feature. We have a lot of boiler code that is nice the first time you are developing an application in this field, and the scaffolding in the same way. Okay, but we can. This profile will be better and is in a beta version that Graham spoke before. We have now in beta client scaffolding. Okay, we can generate the code in the scaffolding in the site, in the client side. Okay, like the Angular profile. I hope this beta will be released soon. Another thing that we are sometimes doing is a unique build. Okay, in the war, sometimes we need to deploy once all the application. Okay, in a server like Wildfly or something like that, and using a Gradle task, we can implement this code, this script, to generate after generated the front end, copy that into the web app folder in the backend. Okay, that changes in the Grails 3, but the idea is the same. Okay, public resources, and generate the word in just one file. Okay, this is another strategy or an option. And finally, all these good things, I like to see that in another framework or for another framework. Of course, Angular 4 is the next one, no? And I don't know if, as Graham said before, I don't know if it's another profile, the same profile, or a version of this profile, maybe. Okay, and that's all. Thank you.